It's time for a quick time update of the December 15th meeting of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners. I'm Lloyd Higuera, and with me is County Manager Larry Werner. And Larry, at that December 15th meeting, commissioners did hear the comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ending on June 30th, 2016. And could you give us some detail on some, maybe the highlights of that financial report?
Sure. Yeah, actually, to shorten up that title, it's our annual audit. And the nice thing about that, it was an unqualified audit, which meant there were no significant findings of any improper reporting or any kind of mischievous activity that might take place. We did find a few things in there that we are going to take a look at just from internal control process. We also identified that there were findings from the previous year's audit that were reflected in this year's audit that showed that we're making progress on those, which they have to do. Either we've completed them or they're in progress. So all in all, it was a good report. So we're pretty pleased with that.
Okay, excellent. Commissioners also approved submitting the 2017 Federal Housing and Urban Development Community Development Block Grant applications. We've been talking about this one for quite a while, and finally the rubber is meeting the road. They're getting those applications out.
Now they're actually being submitted, and the two applications we're talking about are the Eagle gas station for the town of Gardnerville and the relocation of a storm drain line within this building by the Arts Council. And you're right, there's been this is probably the third, it is the third of three meetings dealing with when applications are filed, when they're heard, and then when they're prioritized by the Board of County Commissioners. And this will be then the actual submittal to the state for their process. So more to come on that to see who gets funded and who doesn't, or maybe they both will. So.
Well, it is a federal program, so you know the federal they put you through it.
Yes, they do.
Lots of meetings, lots of paperwork. Commissioners also pulled an item from the agenda of that meeting. That was to approve Douglas County Community Health Clinic as the clinical services provider for public health here in Douglas County. That would supersede an agreement that with Carson City Health and Human Services providing those services. And why was that pulled?
It was pulled because once we organized the County Board of Health under state law, the public health officer, or the county health officer, excuse me, is the chairman of that particular board, and he was not able to make it until late that afternoon. And the decision was made to pull it off of this agenda, create its own agenda, which will be heard on, I think it's tentatively set up for January 11th. But the board itself now will consist of the 5 county commissioners, Dr. Holman, the county health officer, and the sheriff. And as I stated earlier, Dr. Holman will be the chairman of this board by law. And so it was felt that we really needed to maybe separate away from the Board of County Commissioners and make it clear what this is all about. And it was necessary because of our termination of the contract with Carson City to start providing our own health services. And once we do that, we have to adopt regulations, fees, that sort of thing. Well, the County Board of Health is the body that does that. So
I see.
They have a function now which they didn't have quite in the past.
Okay, so that one will be coming up again in the new year.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the new year, the first meeting of the new year is going to be on a different date. One might mention that.
Right. On the odd years, which 2017 is one, the Board of County Commissioners is required to meet on the first Tuesday following the first Monday, or I can't remember how exactly that works. But anyway, it will be on Tuesday as opposed to Thursday, and apparently this happens every 2 years. So
okay. So we should be getting used to it
yes,
by now.
Yes.
Okay, so that meeting will be Tuesday the 3rd. 1 o'clock in Minden. If you go there on Thursday, you're liable to be lonely.
Exactly.
Okay, Larry, well, thank you for all the information here on our Quick Time Update. Larry Werner, our County Manager. I'm Lloyd Higuera, and we'll see you on the next Quick Time Update.